So my name is Katie Weiler. I'm 23 years old and I live in Des Moines, Iowa.
What do you do?
I'm a full-time life coach.
Awesome. And who are you?
Oh, well, hello, Camille.
Oh, hello.
I'm Vanessa Hyde, and I'm also from Des Moines, Iowa. I am 22 years old. I work in a perinatal center. I'm a sonographer. I work with pregnant women, and I do life coaching for School of Inner Beauty.
Lovely. So what drew you both to, why did you join the School of Inner Beauty? What drew you in?
I don't know. I saw it on Facebook and I was like, that sounds interesting. So I ended up applying like late at night. It was like midnight on a Saturday, and I'm like filling out this little application.
Were you drunk?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was completely sober. I just like felt, I was like, I need to fill this out, and it's like due tomorrow, so I guess I'm gonna do it now. And next thing I know, I'm on the phone with Camille, and Camille has me signed up for School of Inner Beauty.
Boom, just like that.
Boom.
Boo.
Boom. It's magic.
10 minutes.
What about you, Vanessa?
Yeah, so I joined late. Jordana actually called me because I was here for an event for Inner Goddess Unleashed, and Jordana and I connected, and I actually ended up joining 2 weeks late, and I just had a lot going on in my life with confusion, where I was going to go, who I was. I had a lot of insecurities, a lot of just big things in my life, and Jordana was just like, you've got to do this. You're so meant for this, and I can see you being a great spiritual leader, and just you need these women in your life. And so I was sold, and I said yes, and I committed, and did the first round, and then I'm in the second round, and I fell in love with it. So
Yay.
yeah.
So what were some of the things that you were dealing with in your life? I mean, you said a little bit about being confused about your life path, but that you really wanted to transform in coming into the school.
Yeah, I'm kind of with her. I had no idea. There was a lot of confusion just in general of who I was and what I wanted in life. Like I really had no idea what I wanted. So the school was just kind of a chance for me to be like, okay, maybe they can help me figure out what's going. I think you said something about purpose. I was like, maybe they can help me figure out what I'm doing with my life. And it was so funny that I kind of got into it, and there were topics that you'd said that we were covering. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but cool. Like we were talking about
Inner child?
inner child, and like there was stuff about your feminine as like a noun, which I've never heard feminine used as a noun. It was always like a verb or like an adjective. So that was super strange, and I came in like, you don't know what you don't know. And that's what I came into the School of Inner Beauty, like having no idea what I didn't know until Camille and all the other teachers taught me everything that I needed to know. And it put me on a path to being a full-time life coach. And now I work with female entrepreneurs, like getting them to ask for money and launch their lives and make their lives awesome. And it's totally like School of Inner Beauty was totally part of that.
Awesome. What about you?
Yeah, so a lot of issue around the relationships I had in my life, with my family, with myself, with my intimate partners, and just how I related to women in general. I seem to have a hard time finding a grounded place to live from. And so just being surrounded by the variety of coaching that offered, it was like a total life makeover. So I'm like, okay, inside and out. I mean, there's fashion, there's healing wounds, and just everything. And I really saw patterns from generations before and from my parents, and things from my past and my relationships that kept showing up and were patterns that I wanted to transcend and heal and move on. So I moved past that, and so I could live a more fulfilled life as a woman and find who I was and build a better relationship with myself.
Yeah. So has that happened?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And what else has happened?
Yes.
What's your life like now? You're a coach now in the School of Inner Beauty. You've been doing this for a while with us. You guys are here at the live event.
Yeah.
What's that all like? Who have you become? Who do you see yourself to be now?
Who do I see myself to be? Still trying to figure that out. I think it's a constant journey. Like you're always learning, you're always like on that path. And I think the school is like one of those things that like totally cultivates it, because you have so many relationships from it and so much support in creating who you are and finding who you are, whichever way. I think it's a combination of the two in your life. There's the part of you that you're finding. getting through all that stuff. It's funny how life is all about clearing, not about adding. It's about subtracting. And there's a lot of that in the school. And then you're like also creating who you want to be and creating your ideal lifestyle. So me as a person, like I'm gonna like compare myself to who I was before the school, and I'm a lot more confident. I have better relationships. I'm more in tune with my feminine. I feel more like a woman than I ever did before I was in the school. And I think that is like just a huge accomplishment for me. And I didn't even know that I wasn't feminine. I had no idea.
Because you didn't even know that was a word.
I didn't know. Well, I knew the feminine was a word, but I thought like, oh, you know, you're feminine or you have femininity, like not like your energy, your feminine energy is a thing as well. And my feminine energy is still working on it, but it's so much better than it was. I'm so much more in tune with mother, like that Mother Earth and feminine power in it.
Yeah, so a lot of what I learned is how to really be present in your journey, and I was such a person that was like, get to this destination, be perfect, and you know, type A, straight A, like everything organized perfectly. Yes, type A, straight A personality, and it never felt true to me. It always felt like intertwined and like it was always fighting, and I really didn't know how to be present. And when I first heard like be present and like learn about your presence and go with the flow and be in the moment, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I have things to plan. I don't have time for this like present stuff. And I really, as I can feel now, like talking, I'm just grounded. And I've learned that you're never going to reach a destination, that it's always a journey, and there's always healing and growth, and it's beautiful. And learning to get rid of the anxiety and to really just sit in that power that I realized that I have, which I didn't know. And I knew what feminine was, and I knew I was feminine. I didn't realize how feminine and how powerful in my feminine I was until I really got to have conversations with teachers and do a lot of transcending and coaching other women. It's the best mirror and the best way to learn is coaching other women and being coached, and just all of the aspects and all of the ways that coaching and growth and healing was integrated just completely transformed and really took off like this mask of what I thought I needed to be and what I thought the world wanted me to be, and I'm really letting myself shine through. I mean, I never imagined we'd be inside making jewelry in a circle with beautifully, like, spiritual, wonderful women, and just being able to be there and present and just really just love each other. And it's just been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, so segueing on that, I know this program is a little bit different than some, because I mean, we have, you are probably you're the youngest women in the program, and then so we have like early 20s all the way into late 50s. What's it like being with, not just in a program with girls your own age doing your own things, like, you know, you're single young girls, and then there's young moms, there's grandmas. What's it like having all of these women all together?
It's amazing, for one. You know, we have similar life experiences because we're around the same age. Like, what we're dealing with at this time in our lives is similar between the two of us. But what Anne-Marie is dealing with when she's my mother's age is so much different. Like, and to be able to be in a sisterhood where you support not only what we're going through as young 20-somethings, but also women who are in their 50s or 60s, whatever, however old they are, it's the same support and it's the same sisterhood no matter your age.
And the same message.
And the same message.
And it seems to resonate and work for everybody.
Yeah.
It's sort of surprising, right?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy how, like, you hear these messages and we all hear them, like, you know, love yourself, do this, and be whatever the message is. You can hear it so many times, but it doesn't make a difference until you're in the spot where you need to hear it. You can hear it 20 million times and it's not going to resonate, and then one day you hear it and bam, like, oh, that makes sense, I get it. It just depends on where you are in your journey, and when you hit that point where that makes sense, it doesn't matter how old or how young you are, you hit that point.
Yes, and I think it's really a perfect example of how I said, like, the journey never ends, that it doesn't matter what point you are in your life or what age, there's still always something that can be brought up to the surface and taken care of, and that it's never ever too late or too early to start on any kind of journey to find out more about yourself or find out what your purpose is. I mean, there's women in there who, like you said, are in their 40s or whatever, and they still don't know what they want to do or who they are, and that's okay. And just being able to see that and to see what a great head start we really got, and to really encourage like just young women to do that and to get into that, and women of all ages and anyone of all ages, that it's never too late and your journey never ends, and to just really embrace that.
But even though your journey never ends, have you found that as you've been being in the school and being like consciously being on your path, life's getting better though, right? The quality of life.
Very, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You get to enjoy life. You get to enjoy the journey.
Being present, not always having to get somewhere.
Enjoying the journey instead of struggling with the journey. And that's the biggest difference I think I felt.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what are your final parting words that you would say to a woman who's considering joining the school? What would be your words for them, ladies?
Camille's threatening me over here.
I would say it's an amazing place wherever you are in your personal development journey, whether you're sitting here thinking, I have no idea what these women are talking about, or if you're like, I know exactly what these women are talking about. Whatever side of that spectrum that you're on, this is a good place for you to be. It's a wonderful relationships and to learn and love about yourself and start stripping away some of that stuff that's kept you back in your life, because really we are all so loving and happy and harmonious people, and if we can strip away all that stuff that's keeping us from living the life that we truly want to live, it's amazing what transformation can happen, and the school is an amazing place to get that started.
Yes. If women are watching this or feeling or thinking that like, oh, I'm afraid or I can't afford it, or any of these doubts or fears that they have in their minds, like I did, like I joined 2 weeks late. And if you're late even, it doesn't matter. If you're feeling called and pulled to do it, and if you want a place where you can finally release yourself and just free yourself from your patterns, from fears that you have, even joining the program alone, if you're feeling called to do that, I would honor that. I would just honor what you're feeling and take that step for yourself and do a service to yourself and to everybody else that you're going to touch, when you can learn to find that inner woman and learn to be radiant and shine and give your gift whatever form that comes in. And this is a beautiful start to doing that, and it's just a beautiful way to really get in touch with yourself.
I would also say that if you're watching this video, it's because something has called you here, and there's a purpose that you're seeing this and that you're watching it, and just learning to trust and just surrender to that and that calling that you feel on the inside, whatever beliefs that you're telling yourself about why you might not want to join, just let it surrender, and you know that you're watching this for a reason and you were brought to this for a reason. So this is a perfect place for you. Come join us.
Do it.
You can be friends with us.
Thank you.
Yay.
No,
nope.
Do.
Still rolling.
Do a little dance, make a little love, get
Down tonight. I have a mic on me. This is gonna.